to set the intention. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So, for all those with mouths and ears, can we have a moment of your time? We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind? Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome back.
Part two.
So, part two. Let's go right into it, Hector, man.
Right into it. So yo, for you guys out there in the world, it's been a week. For us, it's been 20 minutes. So we spoke about kids in the 90s, the differences, how we had it growing up versus how kids today have it growing up. The the differences like that may hinder them, that may enable them for different kinds of successes that we don't have. And we weren't quite done with that conversation, y'all. So again, as we left off, we kind of wanted you guys to be a little bit more aware of your Piece of Your Mind podcast team here. You've got Frankie, we've got Brian, and we've got myself. And you guys know a lot about Frankie and I. So we wanted you guys to kind of be a little bit more in tune with who Brian is, the gentleman that he is, who he was, and who he's become or looking to become still. Because we're growing all day, right? We're growing every day. So, guess it. Growing where we're going, bro. I love when y'all said that shit, man. Growing where we're going. That shit is fire. It's a cool ass meaning. But me personally, I wanted to take that conversation of the 90s, because I remember, y'all, like, all right, we're going in, y'all. We're going in. I remember being a kid in the mall, right? And I'd be walking with my parents when they do shopping and shit, and I'd have to go, where they go, like, and it was kind of lame, you know what I'm saying? That shit was kind of weird, man, like, but I remember there was this one thing in the mall that I always loved, bro. I never got to get on them, but I loved looking at them. Y'all remember in the mall, man, those animals? It was like a big-ass animatronic that you could ride on. They were like lions and tigers, and like, you remember that? Does that, y'all remember that at all? It was like a big...
That sounds like them Zippy Pet things Brian was operating for a little while, bro. But I don't know if I remember it back there. I think I remember like wasn't they doing a train back then?
They did a train too. Yeah, I remember a train.
Yeah, they did have the train.
Yep.
I remember the train, bro. Never rode that though. I used to watch it, man. I never rode it, man.
Yeah, I never got on it either, bro. I saw the train. I saw the animals, the lions, and I always thought to myself, like, damn, that's cool.
But that is dope, yo.
I always wondered, like, man, why didn't I have my chance to get on that? You know what I'm saying? So, Mom, you got some answers, to you got some answers to fill in that for me. But the whole reason is because Brian, the last time I was in Connecticut, gosh, what was that, 2018? It's been a minute, man. It's been a good minute.
It's been a while.
I remember you dove into something that you had mentioned was an opportunity that you were kind of a part of from fruition. And so everybody out there, they know Frankie's an entrepreneur. They know they know what I do. So let these people know who is Brian Francis, man. Who's the man right here that we all get to see? What's up?
Yeah, so as we all know, right, or as our audience knows by now, I'm Brian, Frankie's brother, as I used to be known at the elementary school that we all went to. Hey, Frankie's brother, come here.
I don't know if you remember me talking about that. I was like, I think Brian didn't come to tech because he didn't want to be Frankie's brother no more.
Brother. Right.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, I did, come across this opportunity with one of my frat brothers. One of the guys I met at the University of Bridgeport, Josh. He's one of my best friends. Known the guy for quite a while now. It's 2023 now, so it's been well over a decade. But
nice.
Yeah, at the time, I was working in insurance. Selling. I was working at a State Farm agency, and it was steady. It was steady money. But I had no passion for it whatsoever. Like, I just did not like being an insurance producer. Um,
Mm.
you know, I don't like being a salesman. I don't like the feeling that I'm trying to convince somebody to, buy a policy or keep their policy. If someone calls in saying, "Oh, my rates are too high. What can you do for me?" Right? I try my best to, get the rates as low as I could. Uh, but I would have to tell them, "Hey, look, you're gonna be losing coverage if you do this." Right? And people appreciate the honesty, but a lot of times it's not enough, like, to keep them there. Or if they do end up staying, like, it probably doesn't leave like a good taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
So
You being in that position.
right, yeah. So that's something I never really enjoy doing. And with a job like that, it's important to produce every month. Like, there's quotas that need to be reached or met, and you always have to answer to the agent. So it's something that I was never fully comfortable with. So the opportunity arose. Josh came to me. He's like, "Hey, look, bro, we're because he told me about his idea, like, prior to, and he's like, yeah, we're finally getting ready to like jump into this, like, are you down?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, I don't know, man. I just started back at this agency, and I kind of like really need the money right now. He was like, yeah, but look at yourself, bro. He's like, you don't even like doing this job. He's like, you're gonna sit here and make money at this agency and help grow this guy's company, or like you're gonna jump into something like you're with your brother. It's like, we could do this together. We're gonna see we're gonna see the growth. Like, you jumping on this train or what? So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. What do I really have to lose? Like, this is someone that I've known very well, that I have faith in, that I trust. So I was like, why sit here at this agency making myself, miserable, trying to grow this guy's agency where I could do something with my bro and create something from the ground up. That idea, that intrigued me a lot more. I was like, you know what, bro, you're right. Let's do this. So we got our start, with those little with kiosks, with the little zippy pet rides. So, like, it was a very small operation, but we were able to scale it up. At one point we had like,
Mind you,
uh,
sorry, B. Mind you, the
yeah.
zippy pet rider, that's what I think Hector is talking about. He remembered from back in the day when he used to be in the mall, but I don't remember it from back then. I don't remember
I
that,
feel
Hector.
like it was there. I feel like it was there.
You might be right though, bro. But go ahead, B. I started at a zippy.
Oh
You
yeah,
started with the zippy pets.
yeah. I started with the zippy pets, and it was definitely an experience, something like a learning experience. One of the first locations that we hit was in Vermont. We're working in a mall in Vermont. So me, him, and another one of our friends, Chris, we went up there and we were living up there working um, in Plattsburgh, New York, and then also there's a mall in Vermont that we would ride on the ferry across the lake, or I think it was a lake, but across whatever body of water that was to get over to Vermont.
Yeah.
And it was basically like 7 days a week, just like grinding it out throughout the season, you know, saving up money so that we can open up more of them. So, at one point we had, I think, like 7 or 8 kiosks all at once, um,
Do
operating
you
the
remember?
mall.
Do you remember the
Mhm.
year you got started, B?
It's 2024 now. So 2015 is when we started with the Zippy Pets, but we did the Zippy Pets for 2 years, and over the 2 years we were able to build up the capital to start the first kids club.
Kids
in
Club.
2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was towards the end of 2017, so it was like December already. Well, we opened up the first kids club, and kids club is
Now,
basically
okay.
it's
I
an
was about to
indoor
say, can you
playground.
tell everybody in on what the Kids Club is? Exactly like what you guys do, and maybe even like how many operations you guys have and such.
Yeah, so that's what we were building up to. So that was the reason we were doing these 7 days a week at the Zippy Pets, because we wanted to build up to a kids club, which is an indoor play park. For kids, that's one thing we felt like was missing, was physical play. Nowadays a lot of children, like from toddler age, they they can navigate their way around a smartphone no problem. I see it
Oh yeah.
with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we wanted to bring back that feeling of, like, old school play. One of the companies that inspired us to get that business going was Discovery Zone. I'm sure Hector, Frankie, you guys remember Discovery
Yeah.
Zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You go in there
That
and,
was the
like,
spot.
it's just, yeah, there's ball pits. They had like those like roller things you slide over, like
Yep.
the little plastic curtains that you push through. Like, it was just a fun experience.
Indoor playgrounds don't even work. Don't even last in the fast food places no more, man.
No, yeah. So we wanted to bring back that physical play aspect, and so that's how we really wanted to market it. Like, we sell like snacks, but we tried to lean more towards like the healthy snacks, like veggie straws, things like that. So um, even when they're eating, like, chips and things, is something that provides more nourishment than just like junk food. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, the things that we wanted to really focus on was physical play, uh, creative play, and getting the parents involved in the play process too. So, like, all of our equipment, it's very sturdy. It can accommodate the weight of a full adult. So we encourage the parents to come in and play with their kids. Do play games like hide and seek around the store, and play in the ball pit. Utilize, like, we have slides, swings, things that you would find in an outdoor playground, but also things that you won't find out there. So create games where you're running through the obstacle course that we have built in there. Do like a time trial. Things like that. Things that get them engaged. Activated and
B man,
disconnected for a time.
B, this is all news to me, man. As long as you've been doing this, bro, I never knew like the why and like the what reasons why you guys got started in doing this, man. I never knew that. Like, you know what I mean? This is actually kind of dope. Because now I'm thinking about the kids club and like what it's been over the past couple of years, and that's the energy it's been is almost is like exactly what you're talking about. So it's just
Yeah.
dope to
So
connect that.
yeah, it's definitely good for when, like, for example, we live in Connecticut. In the Northeast during the winter, there ain't really nothing you can do outside. So during those months, it's definitely good to have something like that where the parents could still bring their kids, and their kids can have that time to play and expend that energy in a healthy way, without being trapped indoors and, like, being attached to the screen for a whole season. So that's another thing that we felt we'd be able to help them benefit from. Um, so and it's been successful. We started in 2017, like towards the end of 2017. It's 2024 now, and we have 4 of those locations. We started in Trumbull, we moved over to Danbury and Milford, and now we have one in Queens, New York. Um,
Hey.
so now we're in 2 different states.
Wait! Didn't you say you guys started in the Zippy Pets in 2015?
Yeah, the Zippy Pets we started in 2015.
Oh, okay. So you were
Then,
just saying you were separating the Zippy Pets from the
yeah, so
what
from the
you call
Zippy
it.
Pets, yeah,
You
the
you
Zippy
know what,
Pets is
B?
what.
to me in my head, you guys started from the Zippy Pets, bro.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I mean? Because
absolutely.
it
Hey,
was like it was the starter for you guys, man. It's
yeah, there
like
would be no
you
kids
guys
club
went
without
from
Zippy Pets.
now. This is my younger brother. This is my brother, guys, and I seen him stop doing. I remember when he stopped doing the car insurance, and I wasn't upset about that, bro. I ain't never stayed nowhere. I ain't like, yeah, you know me, man.
Right.
Jack for a job quick as hell, right? But I remember that. And then I remember going to the mall a couple of times and seeing you buy the Zippy Pets and just seeing, like, I heard you and Josh and you guys talking about getting this thing started. And then I see you guys getting started. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen it go from you guys being the Zippy Pet to you guys having your first store. There you guys went from one store to 4 stores. Like, you know what I mean? I remember you leaving to New York for a few months, B. I remember all of this, man. So it's like you're telling your story right now, and like now I'm even giving you a different perspective because I'm on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Looking in. You on the inside looking in. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but it was definitely, it's definitely like watching a plant grow, bro. It was definitely like watching a plant grow. The jump starter was a thought. It was a thought. I think I heard the conversation before you guys even really like started just gunning for it, bro. You know what I mean? It started as a thought, and somebody said, "F it, we moving? Are you down, bro? If you doing this, I'm doing this." You know what I mean? And it might have took a
yeah,
little bit of that, bro. But it's your story is beautiful so far, man. Go keep going, man. Don't even I'm sorry to interrupt, man, but I just had to. It's like it's dope to hear your view on it, man. And like all these years, man. And it's also dope to kind of capture the time and energy you've put into it since you got started at B. This is 2015. You left for this thing. You left to another city to get this thing started. Like, you guys are still thriving here in 20, like through the pandemic. You know how many businesses went out during the pandemic, B? Big
yeah.
businesses, bro. I tried to go to Bank of America today up the road, bro. They still on Google. And Google said they were open at 10 o'clock. I went over there. They didn't even have a sign over there. They didn't even have a
Yeah,
sign, man.
yeah. Getting past the pandemic was definitely a challenge too. Especially because of the physical play aspect. This was
Yeah.
a time where everybody was trying to stay away from each other. So,
Right.
like regaining the confidence of the people. Um,
Mm.
it definitely was a challenge. It felt like we were starting from scratch in a way, but it wasn't. It was I guess it was a necessary experience. Because it did allow us to you know like ramp up like the efforts to like sanitize. I mean, we were always sanitizing anyway, but like we invested in like new equipment. Like we have a mist that we spray around the store that sanitizes all the equipment in a matter of seconds. Something that we used to have to do by hand, just like crawling through everything, wiping everything down. Like it allowed us to be more efficient. Um, and we use products that are non-toxic. Doesn't create like a harsh scent, or it doesn't linger, and it's stuff that's approved in hospitals and restaurants, things like that. So like even though it did slow business down, it kind of helped us get our processes up. So, and the people seeing the amount of care that we put into that, it gave them the confidence to come back. And so we were able to stick through the pandemic, and even like now we're past where we were before that. And I'm proud to be able to say that we survived the pandemic.
Well,
you
yeah,
know
man. Bro, that's a beautiful thought, man. I got started in the pandemic.
yeah,
You guys like, there's a lot of places that went out, bro. There was places that been here like years before the pandemic came, bro. We used to eat there. They ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? You guys made
hmm
it through that. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful story to be told, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, but
So
Yeah,
for some striving entrepreneur, man, you guys, you gotta be willing to get together with some great minds. Work on your business. It starts as a thought. It's a seed. Kids Club. If you want to find them, this is the proof here now. Ryan's telling you the story. Now the Kids Club. If you want to find them, the proof, the physical place, you can find them in Trumbull Mall, Danbury Mall. Where else, Ryan?
Milford, Connecticut
Milford
Post
Mall.
Mall in Milford, and Jamaica Queens. It's not located in a mall out there, but there's like a shopping district. There's like an Aldi there. It's right across from Home Depot. There's like a bus depot nearby. Um, yeah, Jamaica Queens will be opening in the Bronx soon, Fordham Road. So like
Still,
later this year.
it's still moving. So these guys got started in 2015. Started with Zippy Pets. Started miles and miles away from home to get started. Working 7 days a week, and then not, they arrived. You know what I mean? It's still
mm-hmm,
growing. Through the pandemic. It's a beautiful story, B.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think what made it easier is struggling with people. Um, being able to lean on each other, knowing that we're going through a similar experience. That made it a lot easier to cope. Some people, they start business, they go into it alone, and they may not have the support system that you would have with friends or partners that you go in with, and so it's harder for them to stick to it. So I think that definitely helped. Going out there to Plattsburgh, we were in a little apartment with like no furniture, just all sleeping on the floor, working 7 days a week. At one point, we were working two jobs. So, like, even after we were done, the mall closed. I picked up a job at a Mickey D's, and I forgot where Chris was working at overnight. But like, that's like another thing that, like, looking back, it was a tough experience, but it was a cool experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that
Love
was
it,
almost
man.
10 years ago now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah. Yo,
That was
that so I was lucky enough, man. So all right, let me take you guys back a little bit. Brian, you'll remember. But there was some years back, Brian, where you came out to Colorado and you kicked it with me for like a day.
Yeah.
And and yo, truth be told, I don't know if you picked it up, man, but that was me in the deepest part of my depression. I was I was not okay when you came out here. And I was hurting, man, but it was cool that when you came, a part of me inside woke up because I knew I was not feeling good. But then seeing you made me feel good. Like, that was my brother right there. I grew up with this guy, and he's in my home now, and I'm not okay. I'm depressed, between jobs, just not healthy, man. Not healthy up in my mind. And when you left, bro, it burdened me with a huge amount of sadness. Like why, why do I feel like I'm stuck here? What the hell is going on? And slowly but surely I started crawling my way out of that dark. And fast forward just a little bit, 2018, I get to go to Connecticut and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. Life is kind of moving better. And I get to go to the Milford Mall, and I was there when you were there. So I got to go inside the kids club. I got to see the whole thing. You were explaining it. I could see the smile on your face. I could see how proud you were, bro. I could hear it in your voice. Like you had accomplished something. And that shit gave me more inspiration, bro. And I was just like, this is sick, man, because hearing this come up story and seeing what you got with my own eyes, seeing this huge area where kids are really having fun, man, running around, horsing around, wilding out. I'm like, this is incredible, man. This is it. This is what we work hard for, is to bring something to life. And so I had always had that thought in my mind, like, yo, for me, yo, you get old when you stop playing. You know what I'm saying? The moment you stop playing is when you start getting old. I really believe that shit. And so I find myself at playgrounds. I find myself running around. Like, yo, there's a place out here called Lava Island where it's literally just a giant fucking trampoline house on one side, and on the other side is a giant fucking jungle gym. I get in there, bro. I'm 36, yo. If I make a mistake, I'm gonna break half my body, bro. But I don't care. I go for it. You know, I be in there playing, bro. The kids be looking at me like, "What the hell?" It's like, yeah, dog, I'm playing, dog. It is fun. It's fun because this is kind of the reason why on the last episode I wanted to bring up either the 90s or if you're a kid and you play, when's the last time you played at the playgrounds, because I knew how relevant that was to who you are now, Brian, who you are as a businessman, that business need, that model that you and your buddy managed to fill that we had no idea needed to be filled, because I remember being a kid and my mom, yeah, she maybe get on the swing with me, but she wasn't getting on the slides. She wasn't going down the slides with me. She wasn't out there playing tag with me and fucking no, she wasn't doing that. My grandparents weren't doing that. But like you just said, you would encourage the adults to get in on this messing and have fun, wild out. Like, bro, Kate and I, my lady and I, we have talked all the time. Like, dude, how cool would that be for parks, like, to not just suddenly stop? Like, you think about elementary school, right? And they got playgrounds on school campus, right? But then you get to middle school and that's gone. And high school, forget it. But why? Like, why the hell is that a thing? Like, why do we eliminate play out of our lives? And, knowing that play is a very powerful model for young children to learn from, why does it have to stop? You know what I'm saying? Why not have playgrounds at middle schools? Why not have playgrounds at high schools or colleges? Could you imagine how dope it would be to go from the top floor of a university to the bottom on a big ass slide? Bro, I would fucking love that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't love that? Fuck the elevator. I'm going down the slide, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to go to work and be like, yo, I'm going to go hit the jungle gym real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to take my 15-minute break and go hit the jungle gym or something. Like, yo, we would be better people. I really believe that shit. So, like, the reason I brought that up, Brian, is because I know that, that was an integral part of, your story. And I felt like, yo, that shit needed to be shared, man. People need to know how cool that idea that you and your buddy kind of chased on, and then the work that you put in to bring that shit to life, bro. I love the work ethic, the hard work, like, and so I figured, yo, with your older brother being an entrepreneur himself and taking his time to really figure out what he loves to do, what his love language is, and be able to provide that as a service, you did that very same thing. Like, yo, more people need to do that, man. And it starts by being young in your heart, man, having fun, being willing to put in those hours and that effort to chase that shit. And so, like I said, I know your story was dope, man, and I just really wanted people to hear that, man. And I'm really hoping that we get a lot of feedback, because, yo, you're like your brother just said, bro. Like, you're there, bro. You got on the train and you have arrived. You know what I'm saying? You are here. And there's still so much more to go. Like, it's just dope to me, man. It's inspirational.
You know what, big man? When I hear your story now, bro, and I think about like how long it's been to get you to like start streaming, bro. Now I get kind of pissed off. Okay, I'm really pissed off. Wait a minute, you already did this before, bro. You experienced all of this, man. You know what you gotta go through. You know it ain't easy in the beginning. But you've been there before, you know what I'm saying? B, this ain't none of these rides, bro, ain't no new train, bro. You have fitness goals, you got to those too, B. You know what I mean, man? Yo, you know what? And let me tell another story real quick, since we talking about Frankie's brother, man. Brian, and I know I touched on this before, but Brian went to college, right? And I mean, this is when he really he came from out of whatever shadow I created. I didn't mean to like create any, but and Brian went to college, and I remember him being away for a few months. I remember him pledging and stuff like that. And then now he had like his college buddies, and he's out partying. He's like, you know what I mean? He's part of this. He's going to events over here, and he's like, he went from this boy that was always shut up in the house to this butterfly just floating around all over the place, man. and that was a beautiful thing to see too, man. You know what? He had picked up a nickname that I freaking enjoyed, Hector, man. I freaking enjoyed because again,
I remember
Brian's
you
like
telling me.
non-stop smiles, bro. And then
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, Brian was the face. He was the front of the line because he had to keep the straight face. I'm like, Brian got the straight face? What? And then I seen the video, Brian. What the
Oh yeah, bro. Love it. Yo,
yeah,
that
man.
transformation, you chose the right one, Frank. A butterfly, bro. Because the transformation there is so cool, man. Like, because like I said, we all grew up. We all grew up liking the same things, playing the same things, doing the same things. Like, to see that transformation to who Brian has become now as a man, as a father, bro. That's an inspirational story that Frankie and I have told y'all before, man. All you viewers out there, if we could do it, you could do it. Same for Brian. Brian made moves, man. He stuck to it, consistent, determined, made moves. Look what he's doing now. So.
Yeah.
Take that shit to heart, y'all, and just go chase what makes you feel good, man. Stop selling insurance. Stop, get out of that shit. That's not fulfilling for your life, man. Go do what you want to do, man. Go chase something better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
man. So I appreciate you, going deep on that, Brian. That was cool, man.
yeah, you know what, actor, man? If I had to compare Brian's like story a little bit to like to character growth,
Mm.
and I chose to show like Naruto, I think I would pick Brian's character growth kind of close to Choji. Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of close to Choji. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
One of my favorite episodes is when the butterfly wings came out on my boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That was one of my favorite episodes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Hell yeah.
Yo, heck, you know what? I think that growing where we're going, bro. I think you should throw that in mid journey, man. See what to throw up, what to spit out, yo.
Oh, I'm willing to do that. Shoot, we keep the convo going. I'll throw it in there.
Yeah, I wrote it down in here, man, before I forgot. Yo, heck, man, when you get a chance, man, let's go ahead and spin that wheel, man. We kept that joint out
Yeah.
last episode, man.
Yeah, we could do that, man. Let's spin the wheel right now. Why not, right?
Or we can push some opinions, man.
Yeah. I mean, we could push an opinion with the wheel either way.
Heck, man, actually,
however,
I had a new idea, man, too, for
yeah.
Reddit. Yeah, because I actually went up there. I know that was one of the homework was to kind of like explore Reddit a little bit. No, I just went up there and was just going on the feed, and I noticed one of the things I noticed is it had that up arrow and that down arrow on on each like
likes and
post.
dislikes, yeah.
Yeah,
So I figured,
upvote. You can
upvote, downvote, yeah.
yeah. So I figured like when you hit the up arrow, it must brings them closer to the top of most people's feed or something like that, right? So I was thinking like, yo, you know what a dope idea would actually be and how to utilize like Reddit is to pick from the top 5 or something like, you know what I mean? One of the top 5 of top. Because
topics, yeah.
I mean, yo, this is what everybody talking about. Like, let's go ahead, let's put some opinions on it, bro.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea, bro. We could probably chop that up the next episode. We could prep that. I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel, bro. I'm gonna get the wheel going then.
Hey.
All right, so we added some topics. We removed some topics. We got a couple of interesting ones in here. Some heavy, some not so heavy. Not too heavy. Not too heavy like how we've had it last time. But I'm gonna just go for it, y'all. Here we go.
That's right, man. Whatever this world turn up with, man, we gonna grow some perspective on it, man. We got 3 brains here, and yours, man. Whatever you guys think. So whatever pop into your mind, man.
Yeah.
First and second generation.
So this one specifically, acknowledging roots and being a first or second generation American. This one came from the mind of my lady. because she's had friends that were first generation Americans, but she herself is not a first generation American. She's had family that's lived in America for a long time. And so the acknowledgement part there is like understanding what the kinds of differences they might have had to endure or experience. So let's say for like a family that's been in America for 6 or 7 generations, right? Your great 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 grandma. You know, that family's probably a little better off understanding how the banking system works, how politics work. You know, they probably understand all sorts of different of the structures that are America. You know what I'm saying? So they have some knowledge to be able to pass on to their children, and their children are a little bit more affluent when it comes to that language. They're able to be a little bit more prepared, a little better equipped, as opposed to thinking about a family that just escaped Mexico or managed to escape Ukraine during hard times, and their kids are first generations like, yo, this is our life now. All the things that they have to learn as far as social skills, how to finance, how to budget, you know, how to dress, how to make yourself, just be a part of society itself. Because you know, you look at the English language and that shit is complicated as hell, right? And then think about how they have to understand sarcasm or use of tonnage and different, all sorts of different things that, you know, the three of us, we grew up like, yo, okay, we kind of understand what's happening. But think about someone that, yo, they don't know if we're joking, if we're being serious. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a different shift in their mindset that they got to learn how to play the game, you know, here in America than where they originally come from. And so Kate wanted to acknowledge that, like, you know, like that's an interesting thing to discuss, because, you know, you guys, like your parents, you know, your dad's from the Caribbean, so you guys would be what, like second generation Americans.
Well, I
And
know
then
my grandmother's family is from here for a few generations. I know she talked about her mom
okay,
and her being from like the South.
mm-hmm.
So I know that. But my dad is from Dominica. He came here from
Yeah,
Dominica. So yeah, like we're definitely the first generation of his, you know, from his side.
his line, yeah.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
his line for sure. Um, first. So, wait, remind me what you want me to. What are we touching on again?
So just acknowledging the roots of the differences that, you know, they might
Oh,
have to
okay.
endure and experience than what we did.
So you know what, Hector? I wonder about that, right? Like now, I'm gonna be not devil's advocate, but I wanna just push a thought, right? Because
Okay.
Hector, I mean, it could be that the longer America's a place where you can get very comfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, I can go to a rich man's house and leave with a full belly, and I could go to a poor man's house in America and leave with a full belly. That's what America is, right? So the longer generation, to me, like the longest generations that been here, the more ignorant. Because
Mm.
I mean,
Okay.
my cousin, one of the things my cousin has to do to to become a citizen, right, is know all 50, all the United States or whatever. And I stopped at 50 because I don't even know if that's the right number anymore. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But they have to know that in his capitals. Bro, I could probably give you like 20 of those, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe.
Right.
So my I feel like learning for an immigrant be it if that they was here by force or they chose to come here, right? Learning for them is gonna be focal every day. Whereas, you know, to the generations that have been here, we're just used to the structure here. Like not in the sense that we're all owning homes and we know how to grow, The masses don't know. It's not the mass. That's not the masses that know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, we might be at a certain level, but trust me, man, these immigrants gonna level up to real fast, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna level like a person that's coming in and learning. I just imagine their mind is more focused on getting to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Is when you're coming from that we're at level. You said 7 generations back. We're at level 7. You know what that means? That means somebody, and that took 7 generations to get to level 7.
Right.
That means somebody coming in at level 1, they're gonna get to level 7 before they go, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're gonna get to level 7 before they go. They're gonna at least know what these common folks know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
I'm
That's a
talking
good
about.
point, bro. That's a damn good point. Yeah, you coming in hungry, you're coming in hungry, so you're gonna get fed kind of shit, as opposed to, oh, there's food on the plate, but I'm full, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's cool, man. That's an interesting perspective on that. What about you, B? You fall along the same line or something different?
Yeah, more or less. I guess I was thinking about it a little differently. Just like the aspect that a lot of times, say if you're a first generation American, your parents came from another country, they speak the language of their homeland. A lot of times I feel like it's challenging for the children in the beginning, but it turns out to be something that's advantageous to them later in life. Like, growing up being bilingual, there's studies that show that people who speak 2 languages, they can process thoughts faster. They can, it allows them to have more of an edge. They can calculate faster, they can multitask easier. So, that's something that I feel like, when you're a kid, it's definitely a challenge trying to learn 2 languages, because, you speak to your parents in one language, but then when you go to school with your peers, you have to learn English. And I think that's something that, well, one, they come to terms with early. They come to terms with that fact early, and they embrace it. And it's something that helps build their character as they grow. And a lot of times, you see like people that do come over from other countries, they may somehow they find a way to start up a business. Like, they might have a business, the children are helping run the family business. So that's something that I think is cool. And I always kind of wonder, like, how is it that people come here, they have next to nothing, but they end up being able to, like, get something. And there's people who have been here for generations, and they got nothing. Right? Like, there's grants that are available, that they have no information on, that they don't take advantage of, because, like, the common folk, they're not taught any of this stuff. So
at this point, bro, I feel like the common folks, information is too easy to get now, man. I feel like at this point, it's not even that we're not taught this stuff. It's, we've been, America is a place for comfort, man. Like, don't learn nothing. Get comfortable, bro. We're gonna find you a job. We're gonna pay you a salary. We're gonna make sure you have enough to cook gas to get to work. We're gonna give you enough time off for you to enjoy. But you got to get back to work, so we can't give you that much time off. You know what I mean? Just get used to the system. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's another thing.
At the same, it becomes habitual, and it's just our comfortability too.
Yeah, there's a certain level of conditioning that's involved. In these other countries, people they come up having to do for themselves, and, like, having to create, a hustle or a business. We visited Dominica. Everybody has something that they specialize in. This one has some fruit trees. They sell fruit on the side of the road. they may barter with somebody. Oh, this person has a small farm, you know, so they can kill one of their chickens and trade it for some sugar cane or whatever,
But you remember that from when we was kids, B? Or you talking about a later visit, man?
No, yeah, from when we were kids. I remember. I forgot. Like Auntie Maya and them, they had like a mango tree. Like somebody down the road had like in their yard they had like a sugar cane field, you know, and you would basically buy the sugar cane from that person over there,
Yo,
So
wait, I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry to pause you. Man. It's just amazing what you were paying attention to as a kid, bro. Like, I definitely agree. The experience was like an eye opener, bro. It was definitely like an eye opener, right? Like, but I was paying attention to like the culture, the way the kids were, like it was different. Like, over here in America, like it was almost like, yeah, there was people we got along with, we could find friends, but it was also like this, you had to defend yourself a little bit all the time. It's like, because if you come in with the wrong sneakers, bro, it's a wrap for your whole day. You know what I'm saying? But over there in Dominica, like, sneakers, bro, we barely wear, like, we run out here barefoot, bro. We wear sandals most of the time, and when we want to race, we run barefoot. I remember running up and down the road as soon as I got there, bro. Having to take my shoes off and get going. You know what I mean? So it's dope that, like, yo, Brian, we had to be like 8, 7. You were paying attention to people bartering, bro. I didn't even know what bartering was when I was 8. I wasn't paying attention to that.
yeah, it definitely is like a different experience, So I think that's why people are able to come over and like succeed or at least like start a business because they're not conditioned to you have to go to school, you have to go get a job, and then you have to work for the man until you retire. That's not the mindset that's developed in those other countries. Out here, that's what they want people to do.
Damn. I agree with that. Yeah, that's cool because yeah, you do have a different kind of work ethic. Here in America, you're taught just to work by the rules of the system. As we're in another country, you gotta work to eat, like literally, kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is different because yeah, and we kind of touched on this a little bit in one of our last episodes. Like someone who's rich and has a mansion that can downgrade, kind of shit. Those people know what it's like to live very close to the street. So they come here, the land of opportunity, as they say, and they're like, well, where the fuck is the opportunity? Oh, you have to make it. So good luck. Oh, I could do that. And they go about it. You know what I mean? They make it happen. But here, if you're born here, what opportunity? Where? Show me where it's at. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to, yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's different. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah, it's a different kind of hustle. You come here, like, damn, what am I gonna do?
Stuff out now. You want a free cell phone? Well, we give you a free cell phone for number.
Oof.
Like, yo, how much for that hot dog cart?
Yeah, right?
Like, how much for that hot dog cart?
Some people asking how much for the hot dog. Some people asking how much for the hot dog cart, bro. Real talk right there. Yep. That's the difference, man.
Heck, man. Yeah, you're right, bro. Like you said, generations, man. Is the generation. I think the question starts to become like, even for those that could come from across here and make something happen. The question becomes, how do you keep this spirit of earning, of doing, going 7 generations from now? You know what I mean? How do you get them? How do you keep them from ignoring and being about what's, I don't know, the norms around here? Because the norm is just, this is the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to stray from that a little bit. If we're gonna be in circles, let's be in bigger circles. Let those circles start to add a trip to Dominica every year, a house in Dominica maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I was having a conversation with Kate, and we were talking about circles and spiraling, and I said something cool that I'm gonna share because I thought about it in an abstract way. You know, we have our start line. Everybody's got our start line, right? So we start here. But instead of going circles, you know, around the start line, man, like why don't we spiral through and restart again? And every time we restart, we make that circle bigger. Shit, we make it go a different way. Like you got to start somewhere, but you, like you just said, you got to know when to veer off that path, when to avoid a lot of that that comfort, if you will, that commonality of doing the same shit over and over. And you know, that doesn't happen until you've passed the same spot a couple of times and you're aware enough to realize I've been here before. What the hell am I doing? And that's where I feel like that knowledge starts to really start settling in. Like I've seen this same shit my whole life. I need to change it up. And yo, that start line is there to remind you where you're at. So if you're still seeing the start line, you need to be looking at it from one of two perspectives, man. Either you're not going anywhere and you need to change it up, or you're restarting every time and you need to start making progress as you keep passing that start line. And that's a problem with the circles, bro. We get stuck and we don't go nowhere, bro. You know what I mean? We don't go nowhere.
I got a different concept for that one, bro. So I heard about how life are loops. You know, they talk about the hamster wheel that we're always on.
Yep.
And I start thinking, okay, well, if life has to be in a loop, why not make that loop, everything in that loop, something of your choosing? Something if not of your choosing, but something that brings you joy. So in that loop, we all have to work. That's fine. Why not do something we love?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You remember growing up?
We all want a relationship or love. Why not be with somebody we love?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people settle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear about it. My lady was sharing a story with me about a lady that worked at the post office that loved taking overtime because she don't want to go home with her husband because he's boring.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So if we gotta live life in the loop, let's live in the loop, but just choose what you keep in those loops, man. You don't want to keep looping with. I don't. Again, Brian, I never stayed at a job I ain't like, bro, because I couldn't picture myself in that loop. You know what I mean? Something's about it's frustrating me every day that I gotta come here. Every day I gotta come here, and I'm gonna be frustrated. No, I can't stay. I can't live like that. You know what I mean? I just can't. That goes for relationships. That goes for work. You know what I mean? I'll run away on family. Like, you stressing me out. I'm gonna go back to my room. All right.
Listen,
you know, like
listen.
So, we gotta live life in loops. Like, let's choose what are in those loops. It's okay. It could be a pleasant loop. I'm okay.
I remember, man.
Same loop. It's all right.
Growing up and taking like math or literature, and you know they bust out the Venn diagrams. You got your one circle, you got your other circle, but where do they overlap? And you got that little space in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where we need to be living, man. We're combining the shit that we're doing, that we're loving, and finding that place for us, man. Like, they was trying to show us something with a Venn diagram, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, every time you go around that loop, bro, that loop includes home. That loop includes work. That loop includes whatever restaurant you like going to back home. Every time you go out and there was something that pissed you off about that loop, okay, something at work changed, pissing me off. Let me see if I can talk to somebody. Let me see if I can change my position. Let me see if I could find another job. Like you have to. I mean, if we gotta live life in the loop, okay, I gotta deal with this loop for a while, but this has to change. It's not working for me.
Yep.
Every time I come home, this person's pissing me off. This has to change. It's not working for me. Hey, listen, can we talk? Oh, we can't talk. All right, man, look. You know what I mean? All right, lady, look. You know what I'm saying?
Word. No, that's real. That's real.
Hey, every day you stay, man, you killing yourself.
We get comfortable here in America, bro. You absolutely right about that, man.
Get comfortable here in America.
That's real.
Listen, man, if I was an immigrant, man, couldn't come in here like, listen, bro, y'all ain't got no competition. all they gonna do is talk shit like them little birds and Finding Nemo. Mine. That's all they gonna do is talk shit. You just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, yo, we are already approaching that hour mark, yo. But I wanted to share this. So I was while Brian was sharing his story, man, I went and kind of did some some research, and I found the start, man. I found the little zippy pets, man. I found it.
Yo.
I found it, bro. And I was looking at this, and I'm like, "Oh shit, these are cute, man." And then I was like, "Yo, that looked like Clifford the Big Red Dog, right? Like, look at homie on the left over there." So I took it, I took it a step further, I want y'all to observe it. I took it a little step further. Got Clifford the Big Red Zippy Pet over there, right?
Word.
And then check this out. So I had Midjourney hook it up, man. So we got Brian right here with the red dog, man.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Y'all, like, this what it's about, man. Having fun with what y'all do, man. You know what I'm saying? And turning that shit into something more, man. I live for this shit, bro. I really do, yo. So that was, man. That was fun connecting them things
dope.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what, man? Since we showed all that, heck, let me show something real quick, man.
Hey, bad. Let me get out of here.
All right, man. So you guys got an example of where Brian started, man. Let me show you where Brian at, man. We're gonna take it to the website one time. Bam, the Kids Club. This is an example of what they got in indoors out here in Connecticut and a few places in New York. This is what they've grown to. They went from them zippy pets. What was that, like 6 of them? To what you see, for anybody who can see, to what you see on the screen.
Yep.
Come on,
man. The glow up. The glow up is real. Love it, man. Absolutely incredible. Brian, that shit is dope, bro. It was super inspirational, man. And like I said, man, I wanted our viewers to know who you are, man. I feel like you gave them an excellent taste of who you are, dude. That shit was cool.
Oh, went by fast for real, bro.
It really did. But man,
it was
we
good.
back at it.
It was good to share that. It was good to share it, man. You guys gave me the opportunity to reminisce, on the humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Don't that bring back like a feeling of gratitude, bro?
Oh yeah, it definitely does, yo. Yeah.
Yo, anybody searching for gratitude, yo, listen, nostalgia. It'll always come back with nostalgia. Find something you love talking about. You know what I mean? Find somebody to talk about it with. Like, you know what I mean? Think about a time where you were at your low and where you came up and you passed that finish line. You ran past that person that was in first place because you were second now. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, man, and be grateful, like, and look for those. Look for those and understand that those are always in the process. It's not in the goal. It's not in the end goal. There's no such thing as an end goal. When you get there, you're gonna be bored.
Yeah.
There's people starting like that dude in that video game, that level 100. I forget that name of that anime, but it was like a virtual game.
Sword Art Online.
Oh, Sword Art Online. Yeah.
There's people that start in their life at that. The 7th gen. They start off with the money. They lose a little bit. They go kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what to do with themselves. They go kill. I heard about that famous actress. Her child going and, like, I guess, I don't know the reason. I don't know, the details, but it's like, to me, it told the story anyway. It doesn't matter that you come from nothing or you come from something. Like, you get what I'm saying? Simply put. You know what I mean? It's when you're young, I want to encourage young people to explore. When you're young, explore. Find it. Yep. Whether you're born from something or whether you're born from nothing, explore. Don't miss out on no opportunities. I don't care if you got your favorite teacher inviting you to an opera or something. I don't know. Your music teacher or something. Just something out of the ordinary. The culture, the norms here doesn't usually go for that. Like, well, no, my friends would think that's weird. No, forget all that, man. You know what I mean? Man, I still got Hector from Longfellow. I still got Brian from Longfellow. I can't name too many more people I still got from Longfellow, man. Maybe I can name a few, but it ain't all of them. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Yeah,
all of them.
we go
Other
Black
people-
Rock, Frank. What you mean? We go Black Rock, bro.
Yeah, word.
Way back, way back.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't all of them, man. Y'all find y'all passion, man.
Word up.
It's
I
cool to
like
fit
it.
into society, man, but you know, you always gotta have your outlet, your own outlet. Your own outlet.
Yes, sir. That's facts. That's
Yeah,
big
and
facts.
that's a good place to finish off too. You know, whatever your creative outlet is, like make sure to nurture that. You know, whether it's drawing, painting, dancing, picking up a hobby, you know, playing, putting together puzzles, you know, whatever it is that gives you the opportunity to get in touch with your creative side, you know, allow yourself the time to do that. You know, it's good for your mental health, first and foremost. And, you know, as human beings, like there's a part of us that want to be creators, like that need to do something that feeds our passion, you know, not just, you know, putting food on the table. Even though, like, you know, in terms of psychology, it always, you know, boils down to like your basic needs. Like when your basic needs are met, like that's when the more and more you're able to just do what you want, right?
Yeah.
So, but you know, do yourself a favor and allow yourself to be creative. Like explore, like Frankie said, like, you know, there may be some talent that you have you don't even know that you have yet. You know,
Mhm.
you know, play recreational sports, draw, paint. You know, just do something that you don't normally do. You know, something that you may find fun. You know, you owe it to yourself.
That moment.
Start your own boxing podcast. Start a spoken word. Become a coach. You know what I mean? We doing that shit, man. Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
yes.
That is a beautiful way to end that, B, man. A beautiful way to end that, man.
Absolutely, fellas. I'm
Man.
gonna get us out of here, man. Yo, we absolutely hope you guys enjoyed the episode and come back for some more. You know, we throw this up on Spotify every Sunday evening, YouTube on Monday. Find us on Instagram, PC Your Mind Podcast. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. Like, just come hang out with us, y'all, for real. And drop a comment. You know, share it with your people, man. Like, for real, we're here. We plan on doing this for a while, so we hope to see you guys come along for the ride for a while. Like Josh, Brian's friends say, man, you getting on this train? Get on this train, y'all. We're going somewhere, all right? So, with that said, for all y'all that came through and let us borrow some time, we'll see you next week on PC and Mind.
See you, man.
Much love.